Rain in Maine. Yeah, man, I had to pull out the winter clothes again. Did you? On Friday it was 85, and then for 3 days it was 50. Anyway, that's how it is in New England usually. Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm Annette Dion. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I'm the only one. There's not any other Psychic News Networks. It's just me. Okay, so what's going on? Well, a lot. We are hearing the news that Damon's here. Damon! Ring the bell. Damon's here. You're all here. People miss you when you're not here, Damon. You have fans. In the news today, we know that the lawyers for Donald Trump, woo-hoo, met with Jack Smith. So today I was reflecting. I had a lot of time to reflect today. I wasn't that busy. And Annette reflecting for most of the day. It's a deep rabbit hole, just so you know. But anyway, I was reflecting on life since 2019. And life since Trump too, but remembering the good old days. Let's all just stop and remember for a moment. Let's stop and remember for a moment the years that Obama was president and how much calmer things were then. We really have, since we hit 2020 and beyond, we've been in a really different world. Yeah, that's definitely a big day for law. We've been in a really different world since 2019. When you think back to pre-pandemic times, we were in a different kind of a world. It was a different place. It truly was. And now, there's just been like ba-bum, 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 one thing after another, right? I forgot to put my lipstick on. With Grandma Normal? Obama Normal. Sorry, I couldn't really see that. So, just reflecting on that, you know, like how fast things have gone and how many things, ba-boom, 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 right in a row that we can't even keep up with. And we do our best. I mean, that's the time that the psychics started jumping on YouTube and having channels and, you know, and channeling, basically. So, you're missing the 70s today and how free it was. Yeah, well, that's going way back. I'm talking about, you know, definitely it was a whole different world, but in the whole scheme of things, 2019 wasn't that long ago. And you know, when the pandemic hit, things really did change. So I want to take a look at a few things, and one is, I want to talk about AI tonight. Ari Melber just had a little segment on AI, and we did do kind of a deep dive into that about a week ago. And it's of grave concern to me. AI is very, very, very concerning. Some of you may have seen that I posted that I am not a person that remembers my dreams. Very seldom. Usually it's just, you know, if I wake up and then go back to sleep in the wee hours of the morning, I might remember some dreams. But I did have a dream. I think that was Friday. That I was attending Elon Musk's funeral. So I'm actually going to get to a few cards analyzing that dream. I asked a few of you for your opinions about what that dream might have meant, just for opinions, just for, you know, see what you thought. And I got a number of various ideas. Anyway, so when I'm talking about like how much things have changed so quickly, I'm kind of looking at since, remember 2019? I know Trump is in office, right? Illegitimately, I always say. But it seems like since 2020, we've crossed some kind of Rubicon. We're in a different world. Anyway, I wanted to just mention to you that I had that dream, and I just want to give credit where credit is due, because people commented on what they thought my dream of attending Elon Musk's funeral might have meant. So let me see. I'm going to read to you what some people thought. The first thing that popped into Soul Surfer's head was the tower card, that whatever Elon's been building is about to fall. Some people interpreted my dream of being witnessing Elon Musk's funeral in a dream represented, because just like the death card in the tarot, I don't look at it literally. Liz L said his downfall, financial and legal. Death always means an end. Kim thinks it means he'll be ousted from power at Twitter. So I'm actually going to start with something unusual, which is, I'm going to start with, hi Kalani. Did that dream have meaning about something being over for Elon? Now, when I just mentioned AI, I know that Elon is heavily invested mentally and financially in AI being the way of the world. Elon has no interest in remaining human beings, remaining like with our human emotional qualities. Elon has no interest in that. Elon is the person who implanted something into a monkey's brain. This was a few years ago. So Elon implanted something into a monkey's brain, some kind of a chip, and the monkey's brain was able to send signals to a computer and control it, like telekinesis, but with the chips. And I had mentioned a couple weeks ago that I had been talking about that my phone was reading my mind. You might remember that. My phone was reading my mind. It struck me because I picked up a book at a kind of a, like just one of those free book stands that we have around here. You might have them in your neighborhood too. I had picked up a book. I never mentioned a word to anybody about what it was about, and lo and behold, it was about organizing. Lo and behold, my phone started cranking out videos about organizing. And that's when I got wind of my, and I've mentioned it before, but this particular time I noticed it, and then shortly afterwards I saw an article about the technology that's out there now can read your mind. Remember we had a conversation about it if you were here. It was a couple weeks ago. And Elon is all about that stuff. You know, we're not going to worry, we're going to assess. We're going to look at the information. Right? We're going to look at the information, and we're going to be as objective as we can, because we could get real emotional about this. I'm going to pull 3 cards just to give me a sense of what my personal dream at night, when I was dreaming of witnessing Elon Musk's funeral, what it meant. Okay? Thought I'd start with something a little different. Thank you for being here. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you, Bond Blue. I opened your envelope. Thanks for the help with my democracy postcards. Appreciate it. Yes, it's frightening. And if we're afraid of AI, you know, we don't have to worry. We might be afraid, but we don't have to, like, over and over in our minds worry about it. Let's just see what we can do. So my dream about Elon Musk's funeral, what I'm doing is I'm reading the cards to ask what the significance was. And I have the Hermit, and I have the 8 of Cups. I think Elon is not very well right now. I think that Elon, the Hermit indicates that he kind of feels like he's all alone. I wonder why that would be. I saw a little segment on YouTube about Elon Musk's mother, and Elon Musk's mother, I think she's in her 70s, is a model. She's been a model, and I picked up some real cold, weird energy from her. So the Eight of Cups, I think this is pointing to Elon had, you know, a real strange upbringing. And the Eight of Cups is he has not been able to really face his childhood trauma. The Hermit is he's an enigma. People can't really make sense of him. And the Two of Cups, this has to do with relationships falling apart around Elon. So I'm interpreting my dream that I was witnessing his funeral, which didn't mean he's going to die soon. I don't predict those things. Let's ask the pendulum. Or it could have just been a wacky dream, but those kind of dreams I feel like have significance. Is Elon about to go through some kind of a death? He's going to go through some kind of a death. Is it the death of Tesla? Okay, it looks like the end of Tesla. Von Blue is saying if there ever was a Pandora's box, it's AI. Yeah. Let's see. You're all talking about the weather. I'm into this deep, like AI and, you know, where the future is going, and you're all talking about the weather. It's funny. Probably better off. Probably better off. He does feel alone. Yeah. But this seems like a new kind of alone. No, I actually saw Death of Tesla. I'm getting Death of Tesla. I had said a while back that I felt like Tesla was really going to be in a lot of financial trouble because of the other EV companies. I think it's that. There are different levels of Asperger's. I think he has the characteristic of his Asperger's is his inability to connect socially. That's how it manifests with him. Is it also the death of Twitter? Not really. I feel like there are people that are holding Twitter up. The people that are on Twitter. I'm getting that it's the death of Tesla. Does it have to do with Elon feeling like he's losing control? And that he's losing control? You're surprised he's still alive? Sure, the oil companies want his head on a silver platter? Not so much. I feel like it's the death of Tesla. And over the next 3 to 4 months, I think we're going to hear a lot about that. I think we're going to hear a lot about Tesla not doing so well. You know? There is so much news, I'm not really sure where to start. Tesla's doing too well? You mean not doing too well? I don't think Tesla's... I think Damon left the word not out. That's what I'm picking up. Let's switch topics. Let's go to the lawyers and Trump and Jack Smith. Before we go to that, I wanted to mention something. Your first Uber ride was a Tesla? That probably was a while back, huh? This struck me today, and I want to mention that you may not have seen this, but there was a person who had been... I'm going to read you this. I'm going to read you a little bit of this. Robert Hansen, FBI agent who spied for the Russians, dies in Supermax prison. Just to give you a sense of how serious that it is. How serious that it is to betray your country. FBI agent turned traitor Robert Hansen, who spied for the old Soviet Union and later the Russians, died Monday in the cell where he was serving 15 consecutive life sentences for betraying his country. This man not sure how he died, but he died in prison, was serving 15 consecutive life sentences for betraying his country, which he did. He was spying for the Russians, and this was in, what year was it? It's in the 70s. Okay. Hansen began spying for the Soviets in 1979, 3 years after he joined the FBI, while assigned to a counterintelligence unit in New York City. Using the alias Ramon Garcia, the Chicago-born Hansen sold highly classified national security information to Moscow for $1.4 million in cash, bank funds, and diamonds, the FBI says in its official history page. Hansen's career as a Soviet spy was interrupted in 1980 when he was caught by his wife Bonnie with top-secret documents. He told me he was just tricking the Russians and feeding them false information. He never said he was spying. I'm saying this. I'm bringing your attention to this. Yes, Kalani. This is why I'm bringing this to your attention. The American people have gone to sleep. What Trump has done is as serious. So if you want to know the source of this is NBC News by Daniel Arkin and Corky Simazko. NBC News Today. Just Google. I don't remember this story. It happened in he was caught. He started spying for the Soviets in 1979. He was caught in 1980. He was... That's a big, fat, serious, unbelievably terrible crime. 15 consecutive life sentences. There's a documentary? Oh, okay. Thank you. See, this is why we come together. We can kind of inform each other, too. I didn't know this story, but I read that to you to give us perspective on how serious it is what Donald J. Trump has done to this country, because he has hundreds upon hundreds of secret documents. Yeah, it's a big freaking deal. And if you want to know what it's like to be a psychic, we're all psychic to some degree, but you know, when you practice, you tend to be a little sharp at it. There's some real serious... I'm not sure how he died. It didn't say. I'm not sure how that guy Hansen had died. Donald Trump has done a lot of damage to this country. We go, I don't know, we go unconscious or something, and we're just like, oh yeah, he took documents, and you can't even believe that there are people that support Trump when he's an enemy to our country. So what I'm going to read on right now is I'm going to read on the brazenness of President Xi in China and the brazenness of Vladimir Putin and even the brazenness of Iran, and if that's connected. Oh, that's a good question. Where are those? Electra Storm, where are you coming from with that? That is not true. The universe won't allow Trump to get jail time. He's protected by the universe. I don't know where that came from. Can you explain? So these enemy countries have gotten exceedingly brazen. And what I'm going to ask is that connected to what Trump gave them? Is the brazenness of China connected to what Trump gave them? It's not giving me a straight answer. I don't know where Electra Storm was coming from with that. I hope she explains. Because that's kind of off the wall and not true. I'm not saying you're off the wall. I'm just saying to think that he's gonna, that the universe is gonna protect him. Well, the pendulum said about whether China being so brazen and intercepting our, in international waters and airspace, intercepting our military, if that's connected, if their brazenness might be connected to that they have secret documents. And it's just like the pendulum is saying it's not as cut and dried as that. It's not as, like there's more to it than that. Is it somewhat connected? Is it indirectly? Yeah, it's indirectly it is connected. That Trump was so like free-flowing with our secret information has something to do with the, yeah, that makes sense. With China and Russia being so brazen. They became less afraid of the United States' strength under Trump. Absolutely true. Be grateful is grateful to be here. Yay! We can be... Yes, I'm not being unkind to Electra. I'm just wondering if she wants to let us know why she's saying that. That's all. I didn't mean, she was off the wall. The statement felt off the wall. When you bounce a ball against a wall. You know what I'm saying? I have been saying all along that I see him under house arrest. Let's just review. Let's take a moment to review. A lot of people have had sore throats lately. What's going on? Speak your mind. Get that throat chakra working. Okay. I have always said I saw Trump under house arrest. I know that Trump has some kind of a configuration in his chart where Jupiter has been shining on him most of his life, but it's shifting. It's not doing that anymore. Now, I have to ask Kathy Beale for the details. I didn't write them down, so I don't have them right here. But some aspect of Jupiter has kept him lucky his whole life. At the end towards the end of his being in the limelight all the time, the guides gave me a vision of Trump in a wheelchair, having severe dementia or Alzheimer's, being completely friendless. Nobody cares about him. This might be like, a few years from now, just how his demise. But I haven't seen him, psychically I haven't seen him in a prison, but I've definitely seen him under house arrest, having no freedom. It's not going to be like that Hansen guy, even though, let me see, compared to the guy I was just talking about, the spy who died in prison today, who was serving 15 consecutive life terms. Has Trump done more than that guy? I have to be more specific. Did Trump share more secrets than Hansen? No. So Hansen he was pretty... Oh yeah, Trump has been broke. Hang on. Melanie, I've been saying that Trump has been broke the whole time. House arrest with an ankle bracelet, but I do see him in a wheelchair. I didn't say he was going to die anytime soon, but he will have dementia pretty bad. The indictments are coming this week. Yeah, he's gone over the edge. He's been over the edge for a military hospital. I don't know, I didn't really know what it was, but it did feel like a hospital. And people told me that it wouldn't be a military hospital for some reasons that I don't know more about. Let's pull 3 cards about what's happening Boy, I got on a tangent there, didn't I? He keeps grifting. I've always gotten that Trump is broke. Trump has every business he's had has gone belly up. He doesn't even know how to run a charity. He just steals the money. What's going to happen after Trump lawyers met with it? That's exactly what I'm asking right now. So, if you're reading, Gloria is asking the question that I'm asking right now. What's going to happen now that the lawyers have met with Jack Smith, Trump's lawyers, who were asking... They were just basically saying, can we just drop the whole thing? I don't think so. And all the times that you get upset and everything and impatient, just know we live in a country where we have laws. Because if we were in a third world country, they would all just be getting away with it. Nobody would be under investigation. If we were in a third world country, like a banana republic country, nobody would be under investigation. So this is what I want to tell you to keep your perspective. To keep everybody in positive thinking mode and gratitude. Yeah, he's going down. I mean, he already is. Think about it. And anyone who wasn't here on Friday, I recounted how I went on a walk. Yeah, I went on a walk. I was recounting how I went on a walk, and I always, Trump scares me because he's so dangerous. And I was praying to God, and I was like, please save us. Dear God, please save us from Trump. And I instantly heard, I did. Do you remember when I said that? Sounds like somebody's got some dirt. Oh, but she got timed out for some reason. What's going on there in the chat? Oh, I pulled 3 cards, so this is about the DOJ and the lawyers. Yogi Bear. See Crump on the border selling diapers. I don't know what that even means. Be gentle and kind. What's going on? Everybody relax. I know it's a stressful time. You have to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, Thomas? That means does that mean you're leaving? Don't leave. What time is it where you are? I have tea tonight. Boy, it's ice cold. Okay, here's the question. You're good? Okay, just checking. Here's the question. What's going to happen after the meeting? The lawyers wanted to tell Jack Smith would just drop it. They were kind of nasty in their letter to him. They were basically saying, oh, poor Trump, he gets prosecuted, these witch hunts. The lawyers are like, oh, he doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. You commit a crime, you get treated like a criminal. You commit hundreds and hundreds of crimes, you're supposed to be treated like a criminal. Hello? The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords might be the most, the Three of Swords is really heartbreak, heartache, pain, big heartbreak. The Ten of Swords is like all kinds of pain. Pain coming from all directions. Defensiveness. So what I'm asking about is what's the aftermath of this meeting with Jack Smith and Trump's lawyers. There's no hope. There's no hope for Trump. And the priestess is, Jack Smith kept the cards close to his chest and did not let those lawyers know what was going to happen. What they wanted was they wanted information. Just like the judiciary committee, the scam committee that Jim Jordan is on. They wanted all the investigation to be given to them before it was, before things are finished. Anyway, as far as the meeting with Trump's lawyers and Jack Smith, it was really painful for the lawyers because they're in there's no way to win situation. There's nothing they can do to help Trump to win anything. And they were very defensive because they don't know what Jack Smith knows, but it's a lot. It's a lot. This is the High Priestess. We're reading the Llewellyn cards tonight. let's ask, I've been getting repeatedly indictments are coming this week. This week. Indictments this week. Shall we go for what day? I mean, the guides were right last time about when the debt ceiling would be voted on and passed, and it was last Wednesday when we knew it was going to pass. Trump tried to flood the room where surveillance tapes were kept. Is that wow. It would have, there was a Hurricane Ian came through. And then there was another hurricane after that where Mar-a-Lago, remember, what's her name? The Trump that, Tiffany Trump? Remember she was getting married? And it was right after Hurricane Ian. There was another hurricane in Florida. There were so many that I don't even remember the name of it. And Mar-a-Lago was under threat from the storm. And then they had to kind of change things around. Espionage obstruction. Oh, it's big. It's big. It's big. D.D. Morgan wants the pool was drained and flooded the room. It was. Kathy Beale's here if you want to talk to the astrologer. They drained the pool and tried to flood the tapes. Espionage is a big deal. Did Trump actually flood? No, he didn't. He didn't flood there was probably an idea that he had. Okay, let's ask this. Will it be espionage? Will Trump be charged with espionage? Yes. Woo, 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 woo. I hope so. We want to be safe, people. I mean, get our heads out of the whole, oh, well, he shouldn't do that, and the Trumps just think this, and the Trumps, let's get our heads out of that, and let's think about, this is really freaking dangerous. Somebody said that his hands are too small for cuffs. That's funny. After Ivanka testified before Tiffany's wedding. Yes, yes, yes. Kathy, if you're still here, we want to know, if you can put up there, what, as short as you can, as concisely as you can, what aspect, how is Jupiter aspected in Trump's chart that's made him so lucky all these years? Maybe you can let us know. Espionage. Yeah, espionage. Let's read more about that. Jack Smith is done. The guides are saying Jack Smith is done with his investigations. Yep. Miss Brazil is considering leaving South Florida. You know what? Why don't you get a reading? And if you book a reading by midnight tonight, I give you a rebate. Book a reading if you're thinking about moving and you want me to look at it. Okay, will it be espionage? The pendulum says yes, and more on that. Wow, I see fireworks. And it's not the 4th of July. We're doing another show next week. Kathy, I'm telling you now. We're doing another show with Kathy next week, but I haven't told her yet. I'm telling her right now. Next Tuesday. I cleared it already. I just haven't... Oh, you booked a reading? Yes, I know. Kalani, I'm looking forward to doing a reading for you. Yeah, Jupiter's been 45 Savior. It's moving out of his chart now. Okay. Espionage. Yeah. Trump is in really bad shape. Okay, yay. Yeah, I confirmed it with Andrew at the studio. So we'll be doing a show next Tuesday. This is a heads up. This is our first advert about it. Next Tuesday, the 13th. Already into the middle of June next week. So, okay, so espionage, yes, Trump doesn't know where to turn. He's never been in trouble like this before. Very, very, very challenging, but this is also speaking to, it's going to be challenging for the United States. Oh, Kathy wants to go live when the first indictment comes down. We can arrange that. We could do it from here, I think. YouTube allows you to invite somebody on, so we'll figure out the technology. And we're going to look at what day the indictments are coming, because it's going to be this week. Thank you for the donation. Much appreciate. You're celebrating saving our democracy. Good. Tuesday the 13th is in the astrological strike zone, so that might be the right day. Okay. Yes, that's right. Happy birthday to Trump. That's the day before his birthday. Yes, he'll be convicted. Yes. Yes, look. Pain. Challenging for this country. What are you guys saying? This will be challenging for America. But the Queen of Wands, this is justice. This is justice. This is justice. Okay, so I'm going to go a little further into, it's like people, when the delusion of Trump being all like wonderful and awesome. Happy birthday, your birthday's tomorrow. These people that glorify Trump, that like, oh, Trump, oh, he's the second coming, oh, Trump, these people that glorify him, it's going to be really challenging. I just want you to know, it's going to be challenging when the indictment comes. An indictment is not a conviction, I know, but you asked about you mentioned whether he'll be convicted, and so I said yes. Don't underestimate my intelligence. And thank you. I'm not a lawyer. But he will be convicted. And I know there's a difference between an indictment and a conviction. Okay? Okay? It's going to be hard for the people that have drank the Kool-Aid. And the Trump movement is a cult. So I'm going to read on what's going to happen after he's indicted. Thank you. He will be convicted. He will be convicted. And I have been saying that. Can we have a live psychic indictment party? That sounds like a great idea. We have psychic parties 3 times a week. They're really, really fun. Most fun. Oh my gosh, Friday was so much fun. Friday night, that was a long psychic party. Full moon in Sagittarius. This is about the aftermath of Trump being indicted yet again. He's very adept at criming, isn't he? When will the cult end? It'll fizzle out. Getting the Two of Cups again. The Two of Cups is indicative of because it came up about Elon too. Like the Two of Cups tonight and these couple of reads have to do with looking for like an ally. Looking for an ally. I'll check the pendulum on the day. So this is the aftermath of the indictment that's coming. Trump looking for allies. I actually see, which surprises me, it will be challenging when he's indicted for the American people, for the citizens of America. It will be challenging. A lot of people will be like deer in the headlights. What do you mean? And actually, we're actually going to come together a little bit better after that. Believe it or not. Because there's a lot of people that have been Trumpsters. Look at what's happened. Look at what happened to Fox and Tucker Carlson. Somebody's worried about Betty the Bunny, and it looks like it's close, but it's not too close. But if it's scaring you and distracting you, I'll move it. Will bail be denied? Let's see. I don't want Betty to light on fire, so I'll check. But it's not as close as it seems. Will there be bail? It looks like there will be bail for Trump. Will it be posted? No. I see bail, but he's not gonna be able to make bail. I see the American people. We have to be gentle with the Trumpsters because I actually do see us more of us coming together. Let's see if it will be, because I haven't asked what day. Keep changing pendulums. Which day will Trump be indicted this week? Will it be tomorrow? Will it be Wednesday? Will it be Thursday? It looks like Thursday. It looks like Thursday. Is it already decided what day it will be? It's already decided. Well, it said something about bail, but it said it wouldn't happen. What about Pinocchio? We'll get there. Well, I'm getting close, Damon. Damon's being the psychic at the moment. Is he going to be indicted? I'm getting Thursday because that's what I was asking. Friday is always a busy day. That's true. Get your popcorn. How long have we been saying that? It's remarkable. I mean, think about January 6th. Think about the January 6th hearings. Think about when Trump had, people from Russia in the White House. I don't know what their titles were, but he invited them right into the White House. Remember, we knew that Trump was sharing our secrets with the Russians because he was openly doing this in the White House when he was there. Remember when he invited the Taliban to come to Camp David? Do we remember that he got 5,000 Taliban prisoners freed in Afghanistan? And then when Joe Biden got wind of that, it was like, we got no choice. We need to pull our troops out. You love the smell of indictments in the morning with your coffee? Yeah, him and Putin in secret meetings. Yes, I mean, that's why I'm saying. That's why I was saying earlier. Well, are we just all unconscious? He had Russians, and he had more than one Russian in the White House. Yes. And then at Helsinki, he had a secret meeting with Putin before he threw the entire United States intelligence under the bus in Helsinki. That day, I will never forget that day. It felt like a punch in the gut. When he was asked about whether, well, what do you think about Putin, meddling in the elections in Helsinki? And he stood there and said, I don't see how that could have been possible. My buddy Vlad told me that didn't happen, so he took his word for it. It's unbelievable. And then he had meetings, remember? He had meetings with Putin behind closed doors and demanded that they had no notes taken, no interpreter, no nothing. They still don't have the Iran papers. We'll look at that too, the documents. It was, and I described Helsinki as a 9/11. Russia, if you're listening, and a lot of the reason the American people aren't on board with saving America, literally saving us from an attack, is because of Fox and Newsmax and all the liars that get out there and do the fascist thing. Russia, we're on to you. Yeah, Betty, you're right. Yeah, the abusing children at the border, just calling our military losers and suckers. There's a huge segment of the American population that is completely in a cult. But it's shrinking. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the damage that's been done to the United States of America's security. The damage that's been done. Scandals are endless. That's true. They're truly endless. And that we're not just all like screaming. It's just... Okay, this is about what we are up against. Ooh, whoa. With the leaking of all these secret documents, everybody pray hard. People who were exposed were killed. It's bad. The damage that Trump has done to this country is bad. Our military is kind of at its wit's end. I'm just telling you the truth. Yeah, it's kind of bad. I'm asking about the aftermath of all these secret documents being stolen. Betty also said Friday. Thursday or Friday the indictments will come. And the fool. This is a wake-up call. Yeah, Florida was behind flying those immigrants from Texas to California. So what I'm reading on right now is the aftermath of all the damage that Trump has done to this nation. Betty the Bunny's okay. The ear doesn't, it doesn't. I'll move her. I'll bring her over here in a sec. Yeah. It's really bad. It's very bad. General Milley, I think General Milley might have also been the one that when Trump was calling Kim Jong-un Little Rocket Man and threatening Little Rocket Man, one of the generals was up all night, slept in his clothes, slept in the church. I think it was the church that Trump held the Bible up. It's in one of the books. Yes, I think Trump, well, I'll ask that. Did Trump sell out our spies? It's not good, people. Will the country ever realize how much damage Trump did? If Fox was off the air and Newsmax and all the rest of them, yeah. I want to mention, too, that I had been saying since Trump held that Bible up upside down and he was at that Lafayette Square debacle where we actually witnessed an American president, I say that in air quotes, where we actually witnessed an American president instructing, was it the National Guard, whoever it was of our military, to do the spray, the pepper spray, and the rubber bullets on the people who were peacefully demonstrating. Remember when I said that I had a psychic hit that prior to him taking that walk and holding up that Bible upside down, which is a sign of the demonic, you know, ordering the people in Lafayette Square to be attacked by our own military. Prior to that, he was in that bunker talking to Putin. That was my psychic impression. And over the weekend, last week, I got, my psychic impression was at the time that he had been talking to Putin and asking Putin, what do I do about all these protesters? And Putin said, just go gas them or go, you know, hit them with rubber bullets. And lo and behold, it might have been Heather Cox Richardson's. I'm not sure which newsletter I read this in. That's exactly what was going on. I didn't know it was factual. I did not know that that was actually something that happened until I read it recently. I read it when it happened, psychically. He was on the phone with Putin, and Putin was coaching him what to do about all these pesky protesters that, you know, because we're in a pesky democracy, that were out exercising their free constitutional right to protest. And he was down in the bunker and later said that he was inspecting the bunker with his white gloves maybe to see how much dust was there. We're in a tight spot, people. I want everyone to come to 20 on Tuesdays. Everyone, they're not working for Putin now, but our national security is kind of in shambles right now, which is why President Xi of China is being so brazen. 20 on Tuesdays is when we pray, or we intend, and we do a guided meditation every single Tuesday. Thank you, Dale. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. It's inspecting the bunker, where we visualize America healed. Okay? 20 on Tuesdays. You go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to sign up to get the Zoom invite. And even if you cannot make it, you get a recording of the guided meditation that I channel every Tuesday. But it's in a Zoom room. Yeah, we're strong, so we really have to, thank you, Daryl. We really have to come together. Does Zeno Putin is dead? Well, here's the thing about President Xi and it's not the same Putin that was at Helsinki. CNN 30 charge coming this way. 30 charged coming his way. 30 charges? Is that what you're saying? I got a little lost. Oh yeah, oh, okay. Yes, you said there's a tape. Is that what you're talking about, Melanie? Just to back up, because I know how I go and I'm hard to follow. Just try to focus. I'm trying to focus. After our meditations on 20 on Tuesdays, after our guided meditations that are channeled, because I am a channel, that's what I'm doing. The next day, or that night, because Terry's so amazing, I don't see her yet tonight, my assistant. She sent, thank you, Janet. She sends you the recording of the guided meditation. So even if you can't make it, you can get the guided meditation sent to you if you're on the email list. Wednesday morning? Okay. So sign up anyway, right? Sign up anyway, because you'll get the recording of the guided meditation. We need to pray. I posted today that I saw a YouTube video. As you know, as you can tell, I'm kind of addicted to YouTube. It's like my TV. And there was a story about a boy who was born. He's 7 years old. I don't know when this was made, but 7 years old, and this boy was born to a family, and his parents noticed that that he was obsessed with airplanes and crashes and stuff like that, and he started talking about being in a building and a plane came and smashed into the building. Thank you, Maria. So this boy was talking about 9/11, and his mother started to do the research and realized that he was somebody who had perished in the towers because he was describing what happened. A 7-year-old boy. And he had all kinds of phobias and stuff. And he was describing 9/11, and he was somebody who perished in 9/11 that reincarnated into this new... Did you see that? And it got my mind thinking about 9/11 again. I did post it. It's on my community page. Yeah. It was real. It was real. I read past lives, so it was real to me. I totally felt it. But it really got me thinking about 9/11 and how, and Trump's over there going, come on, Saudis, on the golf course. No one knows what he's talking to the Saudis about. These live tournaments. These need to be shut down. I'm actually going to, there are kids talking about jumping and fight. Yes, because it was 2001, and I think, it was 2001, and there are souls that are incarnating now that perished on 9/11. We still have 6 hours of CNN footage from that day. Building number 7 is suspect. What do you mean building number 7? Kalani, I don't know where people get this idea. Where do people get this idea that it takes 50 to 100 years to incarnate? I don't know where that's not true. Yes, thank you for the donation. I'm sorry if I don't say it, it's because I'm trying to focus, but a blanket thank you. I really, really appreciate it. It's so much. My heart's so full of gratitude. Sorry, I just can't do the reading, but just know that, thank you to the people in the chat that say thank you. It's hard for me to do all that. We do have past lives. Anyway, it got me thinking about how vulnerable that we were and how scary that all was and all that. And then we have MTG saying it never happened. It's a lot. There's a lot, people. There's a lot. I'm so glad we're together to go through it together. AI has me very concerned. I just want you to know. And since I'm on a little bit of a tangent. And this might resonate with you too. But by the way, just on the reincarnation issue, it does not take 50 to, there's not like a rule that it takes 50 to 100 years before you incarnate again. Where did that idea come from? I don't worry. I look at things. I'm just saying that AI is scary. It's scary. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm worrying. It's just, it's scary if it's in the wrong hands. So, Kathy, you asked me a similar question before, like how does the universe allow somebody like a Marjorie Taylor Greene to incarnate again? How do I clear my mind from all the energy and elements I perceive? I'm not, it's not like I'm reading all the time. Marjorie Taylor Greene needs to go on a tour of the gas chambers. I don't think it would faze her. Yes, thank you, Jean, for thanking people. I'm asking the guides what to read on next. I'm going to read on Jim Jordan. Rita says they're going to have strict... Rita says they're going to have strict rules about AI. Do tell. Do tell what you've heard. Commercial break. Oh, thank you. Oh, the bell's ringing. Hang on. I'm going to do my commercial break without my notes. Real quick, thank you for reminding me. If you'd like to book a reading, if you book it by midnight Eastern time tonight, right now it's 8 o'clock. The bell's ringing. It's 8 o'clock. That's City Hall. If you book a reading by midnight tonight, you get a $25 rebate on a tarot reading. You get a $10 rebate on a tea leaf reading. I'm actually incorporating tea leaf readings into my menu of offerings. Since I've been really enjoying tea leaves. And speaking of past lives, I read tea leaves in a past life. I know that I did. And cards. So you get a rebate if you book a session. It can be a session for any time. But just if you book it by midnight tonight Eastern time, you will get a rebate. On June 10th, there is that this weekend? That's this coming Saturday. I have a pendulum class. There's space in my pendulum class. It's a wicked lot of fun. So sign up for the pendulum class. PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you find all this. And I have a class on radically forgiving on June 17th. I haven't promoted that very much. That's the following Saturday. And I only have one person signed up. If you have people, situations that need to be forgiven, this is the class for you. So check it out. And grassrootsofdemocracy.com, we meet on Tuesdays for 20 on Tuesdays. We meet on Thursdays for a discussion group. We meet on Saturdays for a work session. It's all great. It's good to come together to save democracy. It's not only good to come together to save democracy, it's essential. Because I promise you, the numbers of people that need to be working on saving our democracy, we haven't reached that yet. So, and Church of Spirituality, please watch Church of Spirituality. It's not dogma. It's really important information. Really important. And if you watch Church of Spirituality, you'll get little catchy chants that help you through your week. That's it for now. Oh, and there's a tip jar, and thank you for tipping me. I've monetized my channel. And there's that. And the more you support my work, the more I can do it. We are reading on Jockey Street. Thank you for reminding me. Jim Jordan. Phew. Jim Jordan. The fate of Jim Jordan. Last time I saw Jim Jordan, a clip of him on the news, he was a mess. He was a mess. Boy, this card's coming up quite a bit tonight. Tip jar is in the description. Thank you. We're reading on James Jordan. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, in Church of Spirituality, I always play. I always play and sing. And you can sing along. It's really, I love my church. I get to do everything that I love the most. Okay, Jim Jordan, 9 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Gee, you think maybe he was involved in January 6th in the insurrection? Oh, Jim Jordan is a mess. Oh, somebody reads coffee? Interesting. Oh, yeah, Rita's got it. You win. Bingo. Thank you, Melanie. Jim Jordan, 9 of Swords is a lot of pain. This is the kind of pain. The 10 of Swords is like, the 10 of Swords is like everything's coming at the person from all angles and it's just pain, 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 pain. You know, daggers. That's the 10 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is all those daggers keeping one awake at night. This is about, you can read anything. Somebody reads egg whites. You can read anything. Yes, he's frightened and angry. Yes. Jim Jordan. He's staying awake at night. He's freaking stressed out of his mind. I don't know if he does caffeine, but it kind of seems like it. And he doesn't need to from the amount of stress he's under and how hyped up he is. And the 6 of Wands is January 6th. And the final card is Temperance. It's just a matter of time before Jim Jordan gets his due. Is he on the Kremlin payroll? Several of them are. Oh, he can't be healthy. He's so angry all the time. Really good point. I mean, if you wanted to do our forgiveness class, it's good for your health. And no worries about Betty Bunny because the candle has gone out. Did you make that happen? Jim does more than caffeine, you suspect? Let's see. Does Jim Jordan do more than just caffeine, speed-wise? You are right. You are right. He's on something. Is it an ADD medication? It looks like it's like an ADD medication, like, trying to think of the name. Vyvanse? Something like that. He needs to drink water. I need to drink tea. Okay, who else? Let's read on Joe Biden. What do you think? Prozac. Prozac isn't a stimulant. Somebody doesn't know their pharmaceutical drugs. Adderall. I got the Vyvanse. Okay. Let's take a look at the Party of Fascists in general. What's going to be the trajectory now? What we're going to look at is after this debt ceiling, we just finished up one huge drama. And boy, I just want you to know that after the debt ceiling got raised, I was just like, you know when you do the what ifs in your head, like, oh my God, what if? Oh my God, what if? Like if you just miss hitting a car or something. Oh my God, what if, what if, what if, what if? Yeah, that's how I felt about the debt ceiling. Jim demanded the information from the DOJ on Trump. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Response was they don't give out information, especially to potential defendants or something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's such stupid things they ask for. There's a DeSatan doll? There's a DeFascist doll? Okay, first, before we read on Biden, we're going to read on the Party of Fascists and how they're faring after the debt ceiling debacle. But the what ifs, man, we averted going right off a cliff and the whole world following us. We would have been sucked into a black hole. They're waiting for the debt ceiling to be over to do another indictment. Let's see. This is about the Party of Fascists that are serving in Congress. Nice time for Jack Smith to drop indictments. Yeah, it is a good time. You stick pins in the DeFascist doll? Okay, so the question is, trying to get better about telling you what I'm reading on. Did you see Lauren Boebert lying? She ran up at the last minute to vote, and then she told people that she was not going to vote. Check Midas Touch for details. It's too much to cover. I'm reading on how is the party of fascists that are serving in our government, they're not really serving, except to serve up, a lot of horrible stuff. How are they faring after the debt ceiling debacle? Well, the Tower card. It's in complete shambles. Miss Brazil, yes. Book your reading by midnight tonight. You're in Eastern time. You're in Florida. PsychicAnnetteDion.com, and I give you a rebate right after I receive your payment. This is the party of fascists after last week. The Tower card. Biden was amazing. Biden was... That man has a great big fat angel. Great big angel. Wheel of Fortune, change of fortune for the party of fascists. The Temperance card once again. The Temperance, you ate too much watermelon? That's good for you. It's better than eating too much chocolate. It's bad, right? Yeah, the Tower card, this is the party of fascists that are in Congress. Boo Boo is running, but the doors are locked. Lauren Boebert is really bothering me. Really, really, really bad. She's really bothering me. That's all I'll say about that. Watermelon makes the skin tight. I did not know that. The Temperance card keeps coming up about legal things. It just came up about Jim Jordan. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. There's a change in their fortunes. Cheryl saying she must need more watermelon. Oh my goodness, you guys are so funny. I must remember that I have tea. Adam Frisch will beat her against Boebert, right. Now people are talking about watermelon being a diuretic. Well, it's water, right? Let's read on Joe Biden. How is Joe Biden doing? Kiwi does too. I just ordered some kiwis to come with my groceries that I get delivered from Misfits Market every Friday. Donald Trump will be first president in American history to be indicted for a federal crime. Unfortunately, none of his cult followers care. But those of us who care about democracy, yeah, it's up to us. It's up to us. I really like Frisch, too, who ran against Boebert. And remember how close that was? Let's read on Joe Biden. We read on him tripping on the sandbag. We got that it wasn't intentional. So can we lay that to rest? Somebody wants me to read on Ivana's coffin, whether the documents about Iran are in her coffin. My drinking days, I did have vodka watermelon. Yes, that's too good on a hot summer day. I don't think Boebert really won. But anyway, Carrie Lake is bananas. You got me sidetracked with the watermelon talk. Joe Biden. He knows he was dealing with a bunch of freaking fools. Joe Biden knows. And I just feel like, Biden is sitting pretty astrologically, Kathy says.